Good morning, world. It is 3:30 in the morning. Way too early for an alarm to be going off, but that's what you have to do if you want to go shoot stars and the Milky Way. And so that's what we're doing. So what better day to film a day in the life than the day we wake up at 3:30 in the morning.
And go back to sleep.
No, you gotta go make me coffee. Well, that was a rough wake up, but we got our coffee and we're in the car heading to one of the most beautiful places in Big Bend National Park, Santa Elena Canyon. Always makes for one of my favorite sunrises. So yeah, we're gonna go get some stars.
Sleep drive on the way.
I hope not.
Kind of like sleepwalking.
Ready to go, Kendrick?
I need a quick nap after that drive.
Alrighty, so time for a short walk out to the canyon. And even though Kendrick is sleeping in the car, I am joined by KV and Kate. So we get some company out here and it's gonna be fun. If you've never shot stars before or you're interested in learning, I want to give you just a couple super quick tips to get you started. The first thing I would say is, unfortunately, you do have to plan it a little bit. We are out here right now at 4 o'clock in the morning because this is the only time today in this location where the moon has set and the Milky Way's up and the sun hasn't come up yet. So one of my favorite apps to do that planning is called Photo Pills, and I'll link to that. Tip number 2, always use a tripod. It's going to be a long exposure, got to be still, self-explanatory. One of my favorite tips I ever received was on my tripod to use this little glow-in-the-dark tape, because chances are it's going to be pitch black when you're out shooting and you don't want to trip over your tripod. The glow-in-the-dark tape is enough to see your tripod, but it's not enough to cast any light into your image. So win-win. As far as your lens goes, for shooting the Milky Way or other still star shots, you're going to want to have something semi-wide angle and with the lowest aperture possible. So this is Nikon's 14-24 that goes down to 2.8. You can shoot with a higher aperture, but you're probably going to have to raise your ISO a lot and it might get kind of noisy. Last but not least, let's get you some basic settings to start with. You want to start with your lowest aperture, be that 2.8, 1.8, even 3.5. You're going to want to up your ISO probably to at least 3200. Your shutter speed is probably going to be somewhere between 20 and 30 seconds. You don't want to go any more than 30 seconds unless you have a star tracker, because that's going to be when you start to see star trails in your image. Hopefully those are some tips that will at least get you in the ballpark of getting started for your first star shot. All right, we just shot some stars. It was a nice clear sky, which is exactly what you want. And since it's already morning, we may as well stick around for sunrise, although I do wish there were clouds for sunrise. There's this weird little in-between period where we lose our stars because it's getting too bright, but the sun's not up yet. So I think I'll take a nap. All right, sunrise time. It's a little chilly out, but we're out here doing it nonetheless. The wind has been crazy down here, so it's super, super hazy this morning. So I don't know what all we're gonna get, but sometimes that could cause some nice color. Really nice kind of ridgeline of mountains over there. I saw this little flowery budding plant that I thought would look really nice in the foreground. So I'm just set up here with a little plant and waiting for the sun and some color. So we'll see what we'll get. Well, the big ball of fire's in the sky, and that's all she wrote for sunrise.
Should start warming up now.
Yay! What are we doing next?
I think we're going to go check out the river road, which basically goes from one end of the park to the other, and we've never been on it before, so
Yay! New road. Let's go. Poor cows. Out of our way. Owls. Or, I don't know. So we've been stopping along the way so we can check out all the backcountry campsites, so we can possibly do a future camping workshop, which would be awesome. And this is one of the best ones so far. It's like right on the river, beautiful view. Oh, it's gorgeous.
that's Mexico.
But it's 12:30. I'm not gonna lie, I'm getting a little hangry. We gotta hurry up and finish this road. We just found another cool spot. It's this giant mine shaft up here behind us. And it says to be careful because the bricks might contain mercury. But the sign said it was a mine for quicksilver, and it ran from 1900 to 1946 until the price dropped after World War I, and so they closed it a little bit after that. The more you know. Of the dirt. Yay! Woo! Seriously though, that was insane. Very pretty, but I'm hungry, and there's no restaurants. There's one little tiny convenience store sort of thingy, so I think junk food's in our future, like stat. Woo! So, finally stopped off at the only convenience store this side of the park. Got ourselves some jalapeno potato chips and some deli turkey, because I like deli turkey, and I'm a much happier camper now.
Well, after a long day, it's time to finally settle down for a beer. And I'm drinking this, which is, I'm pretty sure, a dirty word in Spanish, and getting ready to heat up some dinner. Luckily, a couple days ago, I made a split pea, lentil, and beef soup, so all we have to do is reheat it.
Thank you so much for making me dinner, or should I say reheating dinner?
Making.
Anyway, everybody knows my favorite game. Highlight, lowlight, grateful. Go.
Say my highlight was exploring a new part of the park after being here probably close to 10 times now. It's nice that there's still new stuff out there. Lowlight would be a combination of the haze that was present all day and the 3:30 a.m. wake up. And grateful for probably that gas station burrito that we had after the long drive and not eating anything until about 3 p.m. That was pretty delicious.
My highlight was like the beginning of our drive before I got hangry, and I started to finally warm up, and we got out of the car and stood in the sun, and I wasn't cold anymore, and it was like a beautiful day. And then my low light was being hangry. It was a long day with no food. And I'm grateful because, you know, during our workshops, we encourage and kind of force our clients to go out and shoot. And every now and then, they encourage me to get out and shoot too, which is what happened this morning. So I'm grateful for that. As always, thank you again for joining us for A Day in the Life. Here's to A Day in the Life in Big Bend. Love and light. It's a little chilly out, but I don't know, what am I going to say? Hang on. Totally unprepared. Okay,